Howdy everybody, Steve here, KM9G. A while ago I tested a bunch of USB cables with a Treedix USB cable tester, and this one doesn't look like that one. This one's got a built-in screen, it's got a nice case, and it's got a couple of extra features to it. It'll be able to give you some information on data transfer and power transfer ability and what USB cable specs that it is, so you don't have to look up in the manual what all the different LED lights mean all over the front of the older device. It does cost a little bit more because it does do a little bit more. Let's get over to the bench, take a look at this thing, and test out some cables. We got USB adapters, we got USB printer cables, we got weird little cables that showed up from somewhere. This one's A to C. This one's fancy. It's got a fake leather wrap on it, and it's super springy and resilient, but it's still USB C to C. These fancy braided gas station cables with A on one side and C on the other, and it's a mess. And so the other day I was playing with a radio of mine. This is the KV4P radio, and you take this, it's an ESP32 and an SA818 chip on it, and you take a USB-C cable and you plug it into your phone in order to get it to work. And I had to come up with this janky little adapter here to go from A to C on one end and C on the other, so that it would be an OTG cable or a data cable, because the adapter that I got didn't fit right because I didn't feel like cutting the feed off just yet on the board. That was a fun exercise, and so that is why something like this comes in handy. This is a cable tester and it's locked. That's funny. Okay, so it's locked on this side, QA passed, but this side here, we'll just open it. I was all ready to get out my knife and cut stuff up, and I tested out a version of this previously on the channel. Y'all loved it so much that the company Treedix, what a great name for a company, reached out to me and said, hey, we've got a new one. Do you want to take a look at that and share it with all your channel viewers and members and so on? And I said, yeah, I do. Comes with a battery, and it looks like it is shrink wrapped to prevent it from going dead. Oh, nope, I do need my pocket knife for this one. And we get the usual manual in here. Let me put this battery back in before it gets lost and I forget. Okay, it wasn't accidentally on in shipment. We got the zoom going on for this. Let me turn on the power. Oh, it's dark. Let me turn off some lights. There we go. You got a little bit of mood lighting going on. Basic function, please connect the cable. Don't connect to a device. And that's actually very important. This is going to send power out of one port and into the other port to test your cable out. And if you plug this into your computer, it's going to cause a problem. Take a walk around the back side here, and it's going to tell me the output. So you have type A out and type C out, which you do, type A and type C. On the bottom, you have input, micro B2, micro B3, type C, mini B, and lightning. And that is correct for all of those. And then over here you have power, and this would be how you would actually power it. So you can power it with a USB-C power device, or you can power it with the battery that's in there. It will either power off of the USB-C with the switch, or that will be off because it's unplugged, or it'll power on, and then there's a little function button on the side, that white button. So again, it's asking me to connect a cable. I just happen to have a cable. And this one here won't test printer cables. So we'll take that one and get it out of the way. Let's test this one that I got the problem with, the KV4P radio. And we will take the USB-C side and we will plug it into the input side, because this would be coming from the phone. And we'll plug this into the outside, and this would be going to the radio. It's actually going to be bi-directional communication, but all right, that is plugged in. And we have data transmission, check. And we have USB 2.0, but not USB 3.2. Let's take this and flip it over. Yep, same thing. So what was the problem? Plug our OTG adapter in, plug USB-C in, and then we'll do USB-C again. Yeah, don't know. Let's push the button. So it's going to show me all the different pins that are connected via USB-C. So we have ground, V-bus, D+, D-, V-bus again, because there's two of them, one pin B4 and pin B9. And then RX- and RX+ are red. A lot of ground pins, a lot of V-bus pins. Yep, okay, so now let's turn it over and see how the lights change. Yeah, so we lost a lot of data on the B side, and on the A side we have the data. So somehow, maybe I just had the cable in upside down or something, I don't know. But it didn't work. And then we added the adapter, and then it worked. Let's take this C cable here, let's plug it in, and this should be power only. But I'm still seeing data. So they spent the extra money to make this into a power and data cable focus. And so with this being a C to C cable, can we get some more information out of it? There we go. There is your V-bus ground resistance is 71 megohms, and the two shells are shorted together, which they should be. And then we're going to take a look for the USB-C E marker. This is a passive cable. It's got a 10 nanosecond latency. It can supply 50 volts at 5 amps, so it's a high power cable. USB 4 Gen 3, 40 gigabits per second cable. So this is actually a really good cable. I want to take this here and see if there's any more buttons, but I want to compare this cable to the cable that I normally use with my camera to transfer. So data transmission at USB 2 speeds, not at USB 3, and it does all the PD, which is weird that it doesn't do USB 3.2 data transmission, but it does have a 40 gigabit per second speed. So let's switch out to the other cable that I was mentioning. And this is a C2C cable, and I'm not sure where I got it from. It's not the cable that came with the camera. It's trying. No E-marker chip detected. USB 2.0, USB 3.2, no PD at all. It does power stuff, but it doesn't have PD, so it's relying on the host device, which in this case is my DJI Osmo Pocket 3. This is a battery handle for the camera, and so this thing has a PD trigger in it that says, please charge me, and this thing here, just dumb cable, just passed through. So let's check this out. Yep, kind of what I expected. And if we turn this over, all the data pins swap from left to right. Makes sense. Resistance test, 89 megohms, and no E-marker chip like we knew. Okay, so this cable here is going away. And we're going to start using this one here for data transfer because we proved that this one is 40 gigabits per second. All right, this is that gas station USB cable I was talking about. Plug that in there, plug that in there. And we've got USB 2.0 speeds, which makes sense. Usually when they are 3.0, that's blue, like that. And then we only have some of the data connections. And if we switch it, they move. Yep, you can see them move from left to right. The A7 and A6 moves to B7 and B6. And then 166 megohms, lots of resistance in this cable. And then the shells are shorted like they should be, and there shouldn't be any E-marker chip in here. That takes care of that cable. A while back, I showed this set of cases. This is a 4x6 photo case storage, and I wound up putting just about everything in here. And so some of the things I have in here are some lightning cables for an iPhone. That's another USB-B data cable. And there's some USB-A to micro, USB-A to C, and USB-A to C also, because that one got a little full. Then I have some adapter cables in there, and some more adapters in there, and so on. So we'll take a look at some of them, not all of them. I did try to go through and get rid of a bunch of these, but man, is it painful to get rid of these things. So here is an A to C adapter. I need to put, and this is an OTG adapter for an Apple product. I want to say it's like an iPhone or something. Now this was for a MacBook. And let's plug C in there, and let's plug C in there. Looking for the E-marker. No E-marker detected. Data transmission, USB 2 speeds, and then which pins are connected, and the resistance increased. Okay, so this is the generic one that comes with Apple products, generic high dollar brand name, and this is a JS aux cable. This is USB 3, but this cable that I'm plugging it into to adapt is not USB 3. Let's see what it tosses me there. Less resistance, so better than the Apple adapter. Way to go, China. And no marker chip, which I expected. So this is a pass-through cable, higher speed, so probably a little better quality inside. Okay, so that's a quick test of some adapters. And we'll test one last cable for you. This one is Lightning on one side and USB-C on the other. So we're going to do the USB-C out because we don't have any choice. And we're going to do the Lightning in. And look at that. It's showing me that it is a Lightning cable with no ID. High resistance, 3,966 megohms. It's not a Type-C cable. It does USB 2.0 data transmission, and it does regular power transmission, but no PD. And I wouldn't expect PD out of this. Well, I learned today that my camera data transfer cable wasn't a good data transfer cable. So now I'm transferring in high speed. And there are so many different specs out for so many different types of cables, even just USB-C cables. There's like 12 or 13 different specs. And it's kind of crazy. Treedix has got you covered with their cable tester here, and this is the more expensive one with the screen, or you can do your own data lookup with the less expensive one. I'll leave a link to either one of the two testers. You can pick which one you want. They have one that's got the acrylic case, so you're not going to drop it and break it as easily, and then they have this one here that's got the nice plastic shell with the display on it. Either one is a winner if you need to know what your cables are all about. This year, I'm on a mission to get 100,000 subscribers, and you can help. There is a link right below the video that says subscribe. Click it, and it'll make me happy. And that's what watching YouTube's all about, is making the creator happy, not about making yourself happy, right? Sure. If you'd like to see my review of the original USB tester from Treedix, I will link that right over here for you, and I will see you over there. Thanks for being awesome.